Well, this finally happened. What's up, peoples? It's a terraformer, and let's play some more VIP Mario with Boon's Mechanical Mansion. And you may be wondering, well, or house, I'm not really sure which one it is, but, you know, stuff. You might notice that there's no sound. There's not really sound going on. And I'm not go into a full-on rant about how the whole thing didn't record sound. No, that's not what's going on, actually. Which that's usually the case, but no, the reason is this was the only part I was able to beat beyond the past 2 days when I began doing things a little differently. So this was actually when I first played it, like the honeybee level. That's this recording after it, but I'm just showing winning runs because do you really want me to edit like 16 to 18 hours of footage? I sure didn't want to, but I did this in the ways. So this is the ice section of the first level. You may be seeing the things that we may be exploring later on in much more difficult territory. You see this section? You see this? Yeah, there's a whole entire room dedicated to this. Now, the reason I wanted to take out my live commentary, well, not that it was, like, really bad or anything, but it wasn't really good either. I was really, like, shocked at how difficult it was for random. Yeah, I had a choice few words for that type idea, and I still really don't agree with it. The difficulty is really up there for something you can't really learn, which is why I didn't play it that way. Not that I used in-level saves, except for, well, we'll get to that now, will we? Won't we? Stuff. This level is kinda crazy. If it was set up like a Bowser's Castle or something, I'd be a little bit more accepting, but in its current form. Okay, so random restarting because I kind of forgot that sound does not appear when I'm actually recording stuff. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm showing off all the first halves. There's 3 possible potentials for the first half, and then there's about 11 for the second half, or is it 7 or 8? I think it's like 11 total, so help me out, guys. What is the math? It's 11 or 12 or something like that, or 7 or 8 or something along those lines. We will see, but I fast forward this because it's kind of unnecessary, and also I'm doing things. I'm trying to get a shell for that flamey dude. This one here is probably the easiest of the original 3. And, you know, I didn't really realize that because I got a lucky run with the ice tunnel one-way run thing. But yeah, this is also another level we'll be experiencing later on. Actually, all 3 of the originals in the first half get incarnations later on that are very similar, which actually, I'll get to that later. But yeah, it's tight quarters. It's kind of neat design, actually. I really, out of all of them, this might be a place that I might call not completely, stuff, So yeah, it took me a very long time. Not only it's not even that I haven't been playing it at all ever. It's just that when I do, it was only until yesterday when I started actually putting saves at the beginning of the rooms just to save me some trouble. And before that, when it's just random, you just can't learn anything. And this is probably the hardest of the first sections. It's the castle type environment with layer 2 mashies and also Dodongos, Dolphinos. What the I already forget the name that they are called. Yes, you get a cape up there. You kind of need it, or at least at least I do, because it's not even like I have it that long, but section right here is pretty hard. Now, the intended method, I think, is getting on the dolphin that jumps a far way. I got pretty lucky there, because you can actually jump with the dolphin past the layer 2 mashies, but it doesn't work all the time with the timing of the layer 2 mashies, so sometimes you die. The way I just showed, it just works out a lot better and a lot more consistently. Yeah, now it's required, so yeah, it didn't really matter all that much. Oh, this section. You have to jump. This is the first time I had a hit here, by the way, so that's why I kind of just tanked it. I was gonna jump on the other mashie and jump off, not even thinking that that probably would have killed me, but yeah, I died a few times there. It was not a pretty sight. Oh dear, now we're getting into the second layer, and I'm thinking this is probably the hardest in terms of just like utterly you have no idea what's going on, because as you see, those things break, but as they're breaking, you can't really it's like it's almost, well, it's not as precise, but it's very close to like a P-switch hop, or to get out of it. And surrounding me are breakables, and yes, what it wants you to do is grab the P-switch to show coins, but they don't last too long, because there's a bit in a second where you'll have to wait, and it's like, it's not even worth it, because you basically lose a power-up, or die, because there's, where the P-switch is, that's the only place where there's land. You have to make sure you break one of the tiles of the banister, or the ledge, to get through. This part's kind of pushing it for not taking power-up damage. And what I'm not showing here is below the world. Some of them just go on, because I've only fell on the ones with bottom layer tiles, but not all of them do. Most of them don't. So guess what I put here? Yeah, I can't do both, because when you have a room like this, and I'll show it, it'll come up in a second, and I did stuff with it, don't worry, but you just go right to the bottom, and it's very annoying, and it provides enough power-ups, yes, but with the section before, you're just like way too tense, I guess, and it's like you just go right through, and usually there's a Boo right below you. It's very annoying, because just look at how many tiles. It's like you just walk, crash, crash, ugh, and it goes on for a bit too. My first run, I got pretty far in, and, you know, I just, stuff. I put it there after my first run, though, when I saw there was a second one, I'm like, nope, not worth it, because, like, all the other rooms, every single one of them is one room long. This one's 2. Like, and especially with the utter, like, lack of control you have when you're on these things, that it's not as bad as the other one, since there's not insta-death below you that could magically happen if you don't know specifically memorized where the holes are, which I did not, but because there's just too many of them. It's very weird. I don't really understand it too much. I mean, aesthetically, I think this looks really neat, but it's just unfortunate that the difficulty is, like, if you put coins that were perma coins and not just P-switch for a little bit coins, then I could see it being a good part and something that is actually possible to do, but in its current form, no. No, sorry. Yeah, I screwed up with that Boo. I tried to hop on top of it and it didn't work the first time through. I got pretty far into the second room. I think I got to the next room maybe twice before this, but this is the generic room. This is where all of them spit you out, and even something else will spit you out here, which of course I showed off, which you probably know what I'm talking about if you've played this level. Possibly you played it. Like, I can't, if I was just playing this on my own or something and I wasn't making the video, I sincerely doubt I'd be beating any of these rooms. Because it's just so, I don't know. They're good ideas, don't get me wrong, but there's no room for error whatsoever, and there's no way to learn it, because you see a different one each time, and I don't even know if there's a calculating factor. I was trying with the time and with my lives and whatever. It doesn't work, but this section... Oh, this section. Now, it's not hard. It's not that hard. I got lucky and beat it within maybe 10 minutes, if that. The thing was, I realized I was not recording. So after that, it took me about a half hour. Maybe 40 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have the map up with all the footage here. I mean, I don't plan on deleting the footage just yet. So, if anyone is super interested in seeing that, I'm not super excited to edit it, but I don't know. I might do an outtakes video like I did with yet another Mario World. Speaking of which, that that hack needs midpoints, because there's the level that I got stuck on and just started using tools was a thwomp boss. But there's all lava underneath and 2 tiles on each side that you can stand on, and that is basically impossible for me with a thwomp boss. And with a level before it, yeah, but at the same time, it's like I felt like I've been playing a Kaizo the past 2 days, just how precise and all it is. It is. Lots of slowdown also. I did fix it. I did do the old hack patch thing, but and someone please let me know, does that screw up with newer hacks? Because I read somewhere that change it with newer hacks, but from what I've heard from other people is that it really doesn't affect it that much, so I honestly don't know. Say there's like a nice few bits going on, and it's nice. Up here to the upper right, there is a key up on top of those pipes. I checked every single pipe in the editor, at least, and all of them are not exit enabled, but there is an exit on the screen. But then again, a lot of them show the one before it, some weird thing like that. I have no idea how it works out, but basically all the screen exits for this level are off by one screen. Don't understand that. The ghost house had basically Raukaus theory on this in the Let's Play that I saw a few parts of, just for like advice basically. He thought that all of them have a way to get the secret exit. Now, I disagree in the fact that there is keys and holes in every screen, in every room, but getting to them, like, they're usually off-screen or something weird. Like, in this one, when we get to the part, I'll show it to you in a second, because this is a really neat design. It's very precise, kind of annoying, but it's neat. And there's a mole that I just ate. See, up there's a wall of these no Yoshi tiles, and you get hurt if you're on the Yoshi, but not if you're not, which I probably should have explained that well. And yeah, I don't plan on doing a Dragon Cone run. You have to get hit to get that moon, but it's above there, the key, but it's like to the left. It's kind of, I have no idea how you'd get it at all, but no idea, none whatsoever. But yeah, I kind of already forgot what I was going on before that. But I'm not good with Yoshi flying, and I tried to figure out a way to get it to be precise, but no. Holding down will not affect it. You need Yoshi here, right? No, you don't. Because basically there's a line of fish right there, but it gives you a shell, so I was like, why not? I'm beating this, damn it. I am not going to worry about that damn horse again, because he was the utter trouble and ire of me a long time. This was actually the last room I did. I put these in a weird order just because I thought it looked cool like that. This was one of the longer rooms to take me as. I mean, but then again, like, when I first saw it, I was like, there's no possible way I could ever do this in my entire life. And, you know, it's really not that bad once you get the hang of it. but it's very like the the Kamek guy will spawn below you a lot, and you gotta know he's doing that and react properly, or he will push you into the thing. So it's a nice gimmick. It's just very precise, like all the others, and very tight, and very. I like that. That's pretty nifty, neato, and cool, and lots of luck involved also. A lot of these stages end up being luck based. And I think this is the first major culprit of it with the Kamek. But then again, I could be mistaken. I don't know. This is the first time I got there. And I just barely made it. So I had no idea what the hell was up next. I see this, and you see the bottom left. Yeah, like I was like, oh god, this is not gonna turn out well. But luckily it's really short, and it just kind of happens, and you do it, and then it's done. To the right of here, you need all the blocks to get the key and the exit. I think that's the main one most people go after because it's the most obvious. But I didn't show it off because I was near death. I didn't really want to do anything about it. This is one of the easier rooms, actually, as precise as it is, because it's very memorization based. And all you have to do is just do it. And it's actually the one Molotov ended on, which, yeah, I don't usually watch him, but he did the one with the thing. He came back to this one. So I figured I'd endure his yelling for one time, and, you know, stuff. This was the room he did, and I figured I might as well do what I said I'd do. And usually at that point, I'd like hit the block and kill the guy, or just do something dumb and not just wait. I think you have to scroll the screen here. I've despawned him a few times. It's not fun. I'll tell you that much. There's lots of places where you can screw this up. I think I actually had a dream about this section, but I'm not sure if I saw Rao Cow do it yet, but I probably did. That's the first time that happened also. Yeah, this part's pretty easy. Yeah, I'm not sure if I saw, like, this sprite in VIP 5 or whatever, but I remember having a strange dream about a cave and something like this, and it giving me a lot of ire, and it did give me a lot of ire, but really too much for what it's worth, actually. And this section bit me quite a few times, actually. It's not like it's hard or anything, it's just once you fall off, don't worry about the power up, because there's really nothing after this that you really need it for. But I think that was one of the problems, or I just fell off too early and couldn't stabilize myself, get into the pattern. Yep, here's pretty much the end almost. Well, I kind of like these blocks. They switch it around. It's like, again, bringing up yet another Mario World, but it does a similar thing. I'm guessing they're just blocks on the site thing that I might be interested in using. But you know, the key to that is all the way to the left. I mean to the right. You need a shell, or I guess maybe you could swim underneath it. Not too sure. I know that one's more possibler than the other ones, though. And this bit took me a lot longer also. It's not really hard as much as knowing what you have to do, basically. Which, obviously, that's what I'm performing. I think this confused me at first in the beginning. I was like, why do I gotta swim? Why are you giving me this ability? And yeah, it's to build that. There's another one to the right of that one, but it's not needed, and also it doesn't drag along the little sparky thing, so I can rush this up without worrying about landing into a sparky. Yeah, you gotta know that's coming. That's a little surprise nook, and that was a little making it faster. Only time it actually worked. Here's pretty neat and also dumb, because it doesn't like to work sometimes for whatever reason. I don't really understand it. The timing's kind of difficult and also awkward. And we're getting to a section that you really need to know. That you really need to know it well, or at least not yet, but yeah, I get rid of that Banzai, because Banzai, man, the head person, he gets in your way, because you gotta scroll the screen a little to this way so that it actually spawns a little thingy thing. You gotta wait for it to be a little to the right, or maybe even to the left you could do it, but it's like you save some time because of this switch, because it will send you into the pit and kill you if it's too low. It's pretty annoying. Also that part. You know what's annoying? Hitting switches while swimming. You know what's really annoying? Hitting switch while flotation device. Ugh. I don't want to do it this way. I feel like this is breaking, but it's the only way without shell hopping, basically, that I can find. And I tried for like maybe an hour and a half trying to figure something out for this. And I had the right idea. It was just you gotta like collect switches and stuff, but you're swimming because you swim when you hit that switch, but you need the swimming to get the silver switch. So basically you don't have enough time to reach the green blocks, which invade the entire lower portion, the invisible half portion of the screen, the tiles on the bottom. They're all green tiles so that you can't swim under the level, which is smart, but you don't have enough time to get to it and also get through that tight section. Yep, that happens. Yep, I died to this, basically. I'll show you when it comes, because what you gotta do with this, I missed. That was fun. What you have to do is bring a P switch through here, and the key spawns on the coin that I just picked up there, right there. That's what I'm doing. And also, I do more than that. I go the extra mile, and to show, and also edit the keyhole. Yep, that's how you get it with that one. So, I mean, I'm like, it'd be ridiculous to do them all like normal and secret, but I think at least pointing them out would be good enough for me. This level. You see what I'm doing here? Yeah, it doesn't like to work basically because the dolphins, you kind of get stuck on them and your momentum's different, and also when you come off you have a little more momentum for some reason. I guess because you're trying to shrug off the dolphins with sticky glue on their backs or whatever. It's kind of weird. Now you're relying solely on a generator. Yep. Yep, that's and I'm sure you can imagine how this will lead, considering you basically need a cape here. There's no two ways about it. If you're not trying to use tools, or at least like scummy tools or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But yeah, you need a cape. Like, once I lose the cape, it's like over. Oh man, a cut. What just happened there? Oh no. Did something magical happen where the winning run just magically appeared out of thin air? Yeah. Because it's like, if you don't do it the way I'm doing right now, you have to struggle with the generator. And the generator does not like to be friendly, except when you're trying to do this. So, just to slow you down with the damn mashers. And the key's in that box, by the way. Yeah. So you have to go all the way back with it. And mashers are insta-kill, by the way, if they hit you. So in case you were not aware. And that would probably be the best room to pick if I was doing a Dragon Coin run, which I'm not. I don't even collect all of them in the runs, but I did like what I was playing, so that counts, right? I don't know, it's just some of them, they were just like too weird to get, like the Yoshi one. I know that one has one that I didn't do. You gotta hit that with a shell or you swim, and you can't get through here. You also need that power up, because usually in these levels you need the power ups. Basically, that's the entire gist of the levels. You need things, you can't take damage, but it's gonna make you want to take damage and stuff. I don't really know what I'm saying. That's pretty neat. It happened. And this part tripped me out for at least one round, or at least I found it while I was too close to the screen. You gotta do that. I mean, it's probably pretty obvious just looking at it, but I don't know. And this section does not like to work because that's pretty precise to hit, and also it pushes you off with the throw blocks. You cannot stay on with the throw block and also holding on, which I didn't know that existed, because I thought all items you could carry, or I don't know if it's patched or something. Yeah, I died at least once to this part, twice or three times to the part before, and once to this, and that's pretty neat too. But you know, it's there, and the final, and the final, and the final submap in Slowdown City. See how what I did there? I put all the things together like that. Ain't I just a nice guy like that? Yeah. So this level. This is actually my second take of it, pretty much because my first take, there's a pretty major break that you can do in it, making this stage the easiest stage of the second half. But if you don't do the break, it's actually pretty challenging, because, well, you'll see why in a second. I don't want to spoil things. So yeah, here's a part, that's a part, and don't let that shell, well, I don't know what it would have done actually, that shell. So here's where the break is. If you touch that, you can swim without turning, but you have to touch it from the side or the top, so you can just swim the rest of the level. And that's what I did the first time. But there's reasons why I'm doing it the legit way now. I think if you don't have the switches, you can throw it up on that line and catch it here, but I never wanted to risk it, because, why? It's not even really that hard. You could do it the other way even so, but why would you want to? And here's the thing that screwed me up a few times. And I even pick it up, like, I'm like, oh god. So here, you gotta swim there, that's where you gotta start swimming. But if you want the secret exit, then you gotta do it like this. And you'll see here I'm counting blocks, because you know, stuff. I'm gonna let it up to your own imagination, but I died here too. I didn't know you had to duck, but you have to duck. And after doing my research, I never saw anybody do that secret exit that way, and well, not that way, but in that particular map. Oh, here's here's how you can beat the level other ways. You don't actually have to beat this level. Nope. In case you are wondering and don't want to beat this level but want to play on for whatever reason, yep. You can skip the first half and also the second half, which I think was a really swell thing of the designers, because this stage is another mess. It is just, man, you can get both of them too. That is just